had a very nice conversation with the nurse. I love this. Like, I would give this a 5 out of 5 stars. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is Tuesday and I just thought, why not do a day in the life vlog? I feel like I haven't really vlogged much in the past couple of months, so I thought, why not today? I have to work today, but I also just got a call to go to the hospital, my local hospital, to get blood work done. So I'm gonna do that. That's at 11 and it's like 9:30 right now, so I'll have to leave soon for that. It's in preparation for my surgery. So, little backtrack, I am having my thyroid surgery. It's scheduled now for July 22nd. So I'm still working with my hematologist to get my platelet counts back up, and I've been taking this medication. And I'm kind of convinced that this medication I am very sensitive to, because the last couple of weeks I have been feeling extremely exhausted and very cognitively fatigued too, like a lot more than usual. This is the medication that I'm taking. So I only have to keep taking this until a week after my surgery, and then I can come off of it. But I'm hoping that it's just this medication that's making me feel this way. We're also going to check my iron to see if that's okay, because if you're new and you don't know, I have had iron infusions in the past. I had one iron infusion in March because my iron was very low and my body wasn't absorbing the supplement, like pill version of iron, so that's that. But I thought I would also just give an updated what I've been reading. I haven't been reading very much in the month of June or this month, just because of the whole cognitive fatigue. I just feel like I'm slowing down. But in May I had a very successful month. I think I read 6 books, and I've updated up until, I don't know. These are the books that I haven't updated, so I just thought I would do a little update. So I wanted to actually mention the book that I read in June. I only read one book, and this took me, sorry about the lighting, it's like changing. This is called Beach Read and it's by Emily Henry, and this book took me a really long time to read, and I don't know if it's because of the cognitive fatigue or I don't know, it just was slow. So I really enjoyed the concept of this, and I think the topic of, you know, when you're a kid, you like have a different view of your parents, but then when you become an adult, you see your parents as human rather than perfect. And I think that was a really interesting topic to explore. But I don't know, I don't think I felt the romantic connection between them until like the very end. So yeah, it was average. So I read Normal People by Sally Rooney, and this is very understated, I will say. And when I finished the book, it like took me a while to like really figure out, do I like this book? Do I not like this book? It's basically about these two people, Marianne and Connell, and they're two people in two separate worlds, high school and then throughout university. But it's so much more than just like romance, kind of. It's not really like super romancy, but it deals with a lot of important topics, and I found myself being able to relate to Connell in a lot of ways. And I think this book really tackles the idea of loneliness even when you're surrounded by a whole group of people. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this. And then after I read this, I watched the show. It's actually on Amazon Prime Canada. I know it's like a Hulu show, but it's also available on Prime. So I watched it, and it just made me really enjoy this book even more. I think they did so well on the show, and yeah, I definitely would recommend this. Then I read The Deal, which I love this. Like, I would give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I think this was so good. This was like exactly the romance that I was in the mood for. It's like a university romance, and it's about hockey players. This one is about one of the hockey players, and then the rest of the series is about some of the other hockey players and their romances. But this one was so good, and I couldn't put this one down. And then I read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I will have to say I was a little bit disappointed with this one. I still like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo much better than this one. It was still good, but I was kind of having a hard time getting through this one. And I don't know if it's like the writing style of this one. This one's all told in interview. So like when each person's talking, like it looks like a script. And there was just so many points of view that I was getting confused of who each person was. And somebody would talk like at the beginning of the book, and then like they wouldn't talk for like a few chapters, and then they'd come back, and then I was wondering who they were. But essentially this one is about this band in the 70s, and it's about this band called the Six and this solo artist called Daisy Jones, and they basically collaborate on a song together. It does really well, and their record label or managers or whatever think that it would be a good idea for them to combine and go on tour. So it's basically about their whole story of how that went and why they broke up. And yeah, I think it was still good, but it wasn't my favorite. And then I read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This one was really good, and this was another page turner for me. I did find though that the ending was a little rushed, so that was the only critique that I had about this. But this is about a girl named Macy, and she runs into this guy named Elliot, who was her first love, her best friend when she was a child. They meet up like, I don't know how many years later, and you don't really know why they stopped speaking. It's kind of like one of those back and forth kind of things. So they go back in time when they first met and to their lives now as they're like intertwining again. So yeah, I think this one was really good. It's just the ending could have been a little more spaced out, I guess. And then the last book I have to talk about is Neon Gods. I don't think this book was for me. I do enjoy some spice, but this spice was just not it. I found like the language like very cringy, and this book I think is the one that put me in a slump. I was reading this for so long. This is only like 375 pages, and it took me a really long time to read this. So I don't think I'll be reading any more books that come out in this series. There's another one that's out, but I don't think it's actually connected to this story. I think it's about somebody else, so yeah, I probably won't be reading the next book. Oh, and if you wanted to know what this is about, this is basically a Hades and Persephone retelling. And I think the whole idea was good, but I don't know. Not it. And then I just thought I would show you what I'm reading right now. I just started A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is the novella of the Court of Thorns and Roses series. So I've read the first 3. This is the novella, and then there's another book after this that's following the main character's sister. So I gotta get through this one before I can start that big chunky one. And then my nonfiction book, I'm still on the same nonfiction book. I find it takes me longer to read nonfiction books because I have to be in the mood, and then also like I really want to marinate in what I'm reading. So I am still reading The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss.
Smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. 'Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to
So I just got back from the hospital. I got my blood work done. I had a very nice conversation with the nurse. I had never had her before, but right now I am just getting my lunch ready. I am bringing a tea. This from Costco. It's the iced passion concentrate from Tazo. It's like a tea concentrate. So if you ever had the Passion Tango iced tea from Starbucks or the Passion Tango iced tea lemonade from Starbucks, this is it. So I've been obsessed with this, and you get like a 3-pack at Costco. So anyways, I was at the hospital and I had a new nurse, and we were just talking, you know, about cancer like you do at the hospital. And I mentioned, I'm adding some ice. I mentioned that I am going back to school in September, and she asked me what I was doing. And I told her that I'm going to naturopathic medical school, and she thought that was so great. And we started to talk about, she said that there was like this emergency doctor that used to work at the hospital, and I guess his wife went to the same school that I'm going to, and this guy was an emergency physician, and when his wife graduated, they opened up their own practice together. So it was an integrative medicine clinic, which is so amazing. I love hearing that kind of thing because I really believe in the integrative approach. That's why I'm going into naturopathic medicine, and yeah, that's why I'm seeing a naturopathic doctor, and I'm hoping to see my naturopathic doctor very soon because I haven't seen her in a while just because of everything that's been going on with my new medication and my surgery and then working. But I really believe in, you know, using like conventional medicine and really using all the resources, all the research and scientific discoveries. And you know, I went through chemo and radiation, which is conventional medicine, but then also applying naturopathic medicine to help with side effects and just really getting your body back into the groove after that intensive treatment. So I just added a little bit of lemonade. I'm also bringing this water bottle just filled with water. I'm really trying to get in more fluids, more water, because I feel like I've been slacking on that. And this is my lunch. I made a Greek salad with chicken sausage in there for protein. And then I'm also gonna pack some watermelon. I'm also going to take an RX bar in case I get hungry. And let's go to work.
Don't forget me, 'cause I'll still be here. And I was thinking about you today. That's so bad that I said I wanna do what's best. I just wanna be better. Swear I really wanna do better. Wanna do better.
So it's actually much later. I had some dinner. Well, actually the first thing I did when I came home is I had a nap because I was exhausted. So I got my blood work results, and my iron is very low again, and it's at the point where I'm going to need another iron infusion. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I did briefly speak with my doctor through email, and she said it's not going to impact my surgery. But I've just been feeling very exhausted the past couple of weeks, so that probably explains why. And it's been hard for me to do full days at work, so that's been really frustrating. But now that I know what the cause is, hopefully they can get me in as soon as possible to do the iron infusion, because I really don't like feeling this way, and no matter how much sleep I'm getting, I just feel very, very tired and not able to do a lot, and that's really frustrating. So I came home and I napped, and then I had my dinner. I made a really easy butter chicken with this already pre-made sauce. I think I showed in one of the grocery hauls in, I think, my reset video. I can link it up here if you haven't seen that. I then had a shower, and now I'm just relaxing and watching. I was watching Criminal Minds, and then I think I'm going to go to bed soon and start reading my book. And yeah, I think that's going to conclude today. Today wasn't a super busy day at work, which was kind of good because I wasn't feeling well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed seeing what a day in my life has been like for the past couple of months this summer. And I'm very grateful to have such a flexible job where if I'm not feeling well, I can decide what hours I want to do. Still recovering. Actually, I was talking to my mom earlier this evening, and she said that she didn't even know if I would have been able to work this summer after chemo, because I just finished chemo in March. So the fact that I am even working is amazing. So I have to give myself some credit. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel. My surgery's coming up soon, so I'm planning on vlogging as much of that as I can. I will see you in the next video.